Okay, hello there, I'm Dennis. Welcome to my channel, Life, Home, and My Linux Journeys. And in this Linux highlight, I'm going to be looking at Debian GNU Linux. And GNU Linux, or Debian GNU Linux, has been around since 1993, so it's like one of the first Linux distributions. Personally, I've been running Debian, vanilla Debian with the XFCE desktop on a T3500 Dell computer, BIOS boot only, but I've been running Debian on it for a couple of years now, and not one time, even after I went for a couple months without an update, it has not broke, and none of the software has broke. So it's extremely stable, and it would be a good option for anybody that wants to get into Linux and wants something that they're not going to have to worry about breaking on them. And that's one of the reasons why I selected Debian to be in my little workstation here. And so let's go over to my desktop and let's look at that. So this is not their web page. This is a Google search, obviously, but it says Debian, also known as Debian GNU Linux, is a Linux distribution composed of free and open source software and optionally non-free firmware or software developed by the community-supported Debian project, which was established by Ian Murdoch on August the 16th, 1993. Now, that's out of the Wikipedia. If you went to the Wikipedia, it would tell you a lot more. This is their homepage right here, debian.org. And I will say this, it looks pretty. The website looks pretty, but even though I know where to go, it is hard. Let's just say download. Let's see what it does. You'll see. Wants to download 12.5 AMD, the net installer. You may not want the net installer. You might want a different download. So you go to more downloads and download mirrors, installation mirror, a small installation image, a complete installation image, 64-bit torrents. You click on that and you got a whole list of torrent downloads, different names. So I'm saying that the Debian website, even though it's improved, I've seen marked improvement in it over the last few years, it still needs some work. To me, right here on their homepage, it should be, these are the downloads, click here for that, and you're done. Why do you have to go? I appreciate the fact that it's like shopping, when you go to the grocery store and when you get to the checkout counter, always there's going to be shelves on both sides of you that's just got all kind of knickknacks and goodies and what have you. They call it impulse buying. So I don't know. I mean, it just seems like it could be done in a more complete way and simplified way for just typical people, because people coming from Windows and trying to get into any kind of Linux, if they select Debian right off the bat, the first thing they'll have to overcome is how to get the download and get the right one. You don't know what's the right one until you try it. So anyway, this is Debian Linux. I've got my menu set up, my favorite setup. OBS Studio is running now. Kdenlive is a flat pack. Audacity, repository, Krita, system monitor. Let's just see what it says we're running now with OBS running. And let me close this out. I don't need that no more. It'll go down here. Right now it's running 2.6 gigabytes of RAM usage. Processor, you can see that it's running less than 20% all the way around. I've got 89 gigs used of all the software that I've installed, and probably some stuff that's in my folders as well. Or not probably, it is. So first thing you want to see about when you run Debian is their package manager. And they do provide a Synaptic package manager that allows you some sort of graphical interface here, and it's real easy to use. I'm going to tell it to reload in case there's an update, but there shouldn't be because I updated this morning. Yeah, no updates. Yeah, none. So they provide this for you as a package management and a way to update your system. But as far as their package management, they use APT. And I just typed APT and press enter, and you get the most used commands. APT list, APT search, show, install, reinstall, remove, auto remove, update, upgrade, full upgrade, edit sources, and satisfy. So that's what they use. So it would be sudo apt or as root apt, install apt, search, whatever the package name is. Let's see. So ease of use. Once you get through the installation, Debian is really easy to use. Like I should showed you on their website, there's a lot of information there. And a lot of people have used Debian since 1996. So there's a lot of information on Debian. And as far as, any kind of situation that you might have or something that you fear you may have, there'll be something out there on it when it comes to Debian. The init system now they do use system C, or they use system D for their init system or initializing system. System D, not OpenRC or anything like that, which is System D is the most popular init system out there. And I can say that without fear of being wrong, I believe. Okay. As far as ease of installation, if you select the right ISO, you'll get a Calamaris installer. And if you ever installed any Linux distro with the Calamaris installer, you've seen all the Calamaris installers because they all do the same basic steps, same basic layout, and the same basic end result. Now, they do have the net installer that is available, and through that, you can get a lot of optional software if that's what you want to do. But a new user, I don't think is going to be doing the net install. I think he's going to want something like the Calamaris installer, the live, so that he can boot into it, look around before installing, and see if that's what he might want. All right. As far as software goes, as far as availability goes, I mean, there is a lot of stuff available, and it's either available through their repositories, backports, flat packs, snaps. So there's a lot of stuff that you can actually use this with, use Debian for. There's a lot of situations where I feel that vanilla Debian would fit right in and not cause any kind of chaos or commotion with as far as changing operating system. It's pretty basic. Like I said, there's all kind of information on the web about Debian Linux. So this is Debian GNU Linux 12, the Bookworm, 64-bit. Let's see here. Run my little script here. Make that bigger. So install Debian 12 Bookworm on this computer, the T3620, was February the 19th. Today is the 20th. So today will be a full 24 hours that I've actually used Debian on this machine. It's using UEFI and it's running the 6.1 kernel. Current shell is bin bash. I'm running it on a SSD. The display server is X11, not Wayland. Swappiness, I turned that down to 10. It's got 62 gigabytes of RAM, but I did give it 8 gigabytes of swap. But I turned the swappiness down to 10. So, okay. So here's the disk layout right here. It's SDA is actually a terabyte. Let's see. Etsy OS -release. Debian GNU Linux Bookworm. That's not going to be any new information. Etsy -SAGM. System is Debian Bookworm. The machine here is the Precision 3620. Graphics, we are using Intel with X11. audio, we are using Pulse Audio. Now, keep in mind, I didn't do anything to change the display server or the audio, so this would be stock or default. And I'm happy with it. It just seems to work. Everything works. That's one of the reasons why I put it here, because I run Debian, like I said, on a T3500 PC for a couple years now. And so when it came time to making a decision what I wanted in my personal space here for creating it, Debian was a no-brainer. All right. So that's my little highlight of Debian Linux. Debian is a great Linux distribution, and I did say that twice. It's stable. Now, there are two versions. There's a kind of an older version that's going to stay like a LTS kernel, where your software is not going to update, or the system is not going to update every couple weeks or every day or what have you. And then there's a rolling release, which you get updates very often, and that's more for the person who has newer software and needs updated kernels and upgraded software and all that stuff. But for me and my little purpose here, the Bookworm works just fine. Like I said, I have never had a problem with Debian. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out, guys. Be kind to each other. Bye.